Catholic News Roundup is brought to you in part by PewSitter.com, your online Catholic newspaper for the third millennium, CatholicMediaCoalition.org, in line with the Church, online with the world.
And TheAmericanCatholic.com, politics and culture from a Catholic perspective.
Hello and welcome to today's edition of Catholic News Roundup. I'm Matthew McAuliffe. Justice in question as Obamacare heads into the Supreme Court for scrutiny with lawsuits challenging its constitutionality. Republican lawmakers are trying to find out if Supreme Court Justice Elena Kagan might need to recuse herself from case proceedings. You may remember Kagan served as the Obama administration's Solicitor General, responsible for handling its cases in federal court disputes, and had the position when he passed his highly contested health care law. Cybernet News Service reports since last summer, the House Judiciary Committee has not had its request answered for documents related to Justice Kagan's involvement with the law, and Obama's Attorney General, Eric Holder, claims he has not seen any of their requests. Federal law requires Supreme Court justices to remove themselves from any court case in which their impartiality may be compromised, and Kagan also denied any involvement with the passing of Obamacare during her Senate confirmation as a justice of the Supreme Court. Corporate correction. Two of America's largest companies, Bank of America and Cisco, are publicly pledging not to discriminate against supporters of true marriage after they recently canceled seminars scheduled with a consultant who openly opposes homosexual marriage in his personal life. Frank Turek, who is forbidden to speak, is an author and head of a company called the Austin Group, which offers training in leadership, sales, and team building. The National Organization for Marriage wrote letters to each company asking if it was really company policy to punish qualified professionals for their beliefs, and rallied over 1,400 Bank of America customers to call and complain about the issue. When all was said and done, both companies are taking the steps to remedy their treatment of Turek, who says it is un-American, quote, for anyone to say you have to share one politically correct viewpoint in order to keep your job. Mountaintop Message. Atheists at Camp Pendleton in California are enraged that a group of Marines have erected a 13-foot cross at a military base to commemorate the fallen. TheBlaze.com reports Jason Torpy, leader of the group Military Association of Atheists and Free Thinkers, says some of the atheist members serving at the base have specifically asked him to get involved, also claiming the cross, quote, isn't appropriate to be placed on federal lands. Camp Pendleton also issued a statement in response to outraged atheists who have inserted themselves into the controversy, saying the Department of Defense and U.S. Marine Corps were not endorsing the cross, since Marines who put it up weren't acting in any, quote, official position or capacity. Tony Perkins, president of the Family Research Council, says, quote, it's really outrageous, and it shows the hostile environment that's been created by this Obama administration towards religious freedom. At some point, we have to say enough is enough. Stay with us. We'll be back in just a few seconds.
Catholic News Roundup is brought to you in part by NewOxfordReview.org, the voice of Catholic Orthodoxy, in print and on the web, and RenewAmerica.com, expanding the influence of America's grassroots in the cause of freedom.
A win is a win. The ruling Socialist Party of Spain has suffered a humiliating defeat at the polls as of this past weekend. The Socialists swept into power in Spain in the last national election in 2004, but have now lost their majority in the parliament. The opposition Conservatives now bear that distinction and are the same party that is decidedly pro-life. During the run-up to the election, the Conservatives staged several rallies with hundreds of thousands descending on the Spanish capital of Madrid, demanding the Socialists' liberal policies with regard to abortion and same-sex marriage be overturned. The rallies had large support from the Spanish bishops and faithful Catholics. In the area of the economy, the Socialists drove up the nation's unemployment rate to the highest in all of Europe at 22%. The Conservatives promised to undo much of the socialist agenda, both in economics and social policy. Crystal for Catholics. The Catholic Church has just bought the famed Crystal Cathedral, purchasing the largest glass building in the world in a fierce bidding war with Chapman University. The Crystal Cathedral, situated in Orange County, California, was bought by the diocese for over $56 million and according to USA Today, it will be renovated and made more suitable for the Liturgy of the Mass. With 12,000 panes of glass, the diocese's purchase comes at a time when parishes are shutting down all over America due to financial crisis. I'm Matthew McAuliffe. Thanks for tuning in today. Be sure and tune in tomorrow for your daily dose of Catholic News Roundup right here on RealCatholicTV.com. And be sure to check out the Vortex today, where in his final Vortex from the Eternal City, Michael comes to us to talk more about Vatican II and shows us something glorious that he bumped into on the streets of Rome. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to tell all your friends about us. And as always, God bless you.